Hey everybody, it's Chuck and I'm back out in the shop. Tonight I'm doing some catch up with the videos. Um, I'm going to highlight some of the things that I picked up from the Ultimate Fishing Show that was held just a couple of weeks ago over in Novi, Michigan. And some of the things I picked up I'm going to use for the Michigan Walleye Tour, which kicks off in April on the Detroit River. Some of them I'm going to use ice fishing. Some of them I'm going to use while I'm hunting. So let's just get it started. I'm going to show you this particular bait. It's an F18 floating Rapala. I figured it would be easier to throw this big one on out there so you could see it. It's a little easier to see. I have to play around with the lights out here in the shop because everything is so bright. But I did this. I got loaded up for hand lining. This 18 is going to be some specialized use, but I got all the hand line sizes. 13s, 11s, 9s. Those are the three that I'm going to run the most. Now, if I am running 40-20 leads on my hand line, I'm going to run an 11 and a 9. If I'm doing a 30-12, I'm going to do a 13 and an 11. All right, those are a couple of hints for you. I'm going to keep this going related to tournaments on the next two objects. So, there's a couple different spots or stops this year on the Michigan Walleye Tour where, and I'm going to come right out and say it, I am not a spoon guy. But there are a couple different locations where the timing in the year is right. I'm not after a 10-pound fish, but a nice 8 or 9 would be really awesome. So, spoons could come into play. And I would much rather go up loaded for bear than have to go shop around in the last minute and try to find these things. So I'm just going to show you some of the ones I picked up. And these are from, well, I had to go see Chip Cartwright. And Chip owns Wolverine Tackle. You may know it better as Silver Streak. This is a mini streak. This is the size I wanted to roll with because I'm going to be in some really big water. And the next step up was more of a salmon size. The hooks were a little bit probably too big for my application. Maybe I could have got by with them. But I wanted to go up there loaded for bear. And like I said, I didn't want to go shopping at the last minute and try to find these things. So I'm probably going to run these behind some jet divers, 30s, 40s, and 50s. I like the clear version. Some guys prefer black. I like the clear because you can tell right away if they're starting to collect some water. All right. Black, you don't know until they just start sinking and they don't take the precision trolling application or app is all foobar. You won't get the right depth for what you want to run. So what I love about these spoons from Chip and Silver Streak is they have a little slot in the back that you can actually see what's there. All right. This is a broken nose. It's going to glow, but it has a copper back. All right. Lake Erie waters are traditionally a little bit more stained. They have a little more of a green tint to it. Copper works really well. What else works really well? Antifreeze, and this is like a pink antifreeze. This is pink kiwi. This is a yellow antifreeze, and it is anti-orange specs. Necessary Evil, also in copper. But I am not fishing Lake Erie only. We're going to go up to Lake Huron also. So some of the ones that I wanted have silver on the back. Why silver versus copper? Well, I already mentioned the green tint to Lake Erie. Sometimes it gets really clean, but it also riles up pretty quick. So I will have a time and place when it comes to the clean water, but time of the year we're fishing down there in Lorraine, probably not. So Lake Huron, I wanted a silver back. I wanted something with blue on it, and I love a little bit of orange, so I picked that up. All right. Did not get this at Novi. I've had this for, this is 22, 23 years. But I will steal anything from the bass fishing world. And this is a spinnerbait box from Plano. What I really like about this is it's got a little locking top. I wish the Special Mates had that, but they don't. So, I don't have a lot. I don't need a foam pad on the side of the boat. We're fishing tournament-style boats. We don't have room to put pads everywhere like some of those big charter boats do when they're 30 and 40 footers. Next up, tournament-wise, I stopped over the Lure Lipstick booth. I happen to be associated with them. They've got a lot of great products on their website. A large selection of custom-infused 4-inch split tails. The 4-inch ribbon tail worm, there's some colors in there that I really, really like. Stinger hooks, jig hooks, whatever you need to fish the Saginaw-Detroit River here in Michigan. If you want to go up and fish Wisconsin, the Fox River, these things work there too. All right. I got a lot of other products, but I saw these two, and it's the only thing I picked up this year. I needed to add it to the arsenal, and I love contrasting colors. When it comes to a minnow bait, I want the tail to be a different color almost all the time. So, first up, it's more of a clean, slightly stained application. It's blue ice. All right. But what really stood out to me, look how bright these orange tails are on this bait. That is really going to contrast well. It's going to catch a fish's attention. All right. And that's why I wanted it. Split tails, different colored tail. Sometimes you can get that fish to just react by, take a quick swipe at it. Next up, for that slightly stained or darker water, I wanted something purple or black, something that's going to really stick out. So there were these purple baits, kind of like a glass purple, kind of see-through, but the fish aren't going to really see that. They're going to see that purple. What really jumped out was the contrasting tail again. All right, look how bright this green is. That's awesome. I love green. One of my favorite worms is black with a green tail. I throw some of the scent products, either all species or the walleye formula that Lure Lipstick makes. And that dirty water, this is going to be a really good presentation that I'm going to have to put down there. All right, next up. This is a Guru 2. Well, I'm going to give a shout out to one of my tournament, MWT tournament partners, Tyler Thalen, one of my good friends, has created this table. It's a little small to be a table, Tyler, so I'm calling it a shelf, buddy. Anyway, he started this product called, or a company called the 3D Outdoorsman. And this table is for your ice fishing shanty, the hub style, the pop-up style, or your hunting blind on the ground, the hub style, pop-up hunting blind, turkey, deer, whatever. You're going to face it toward you. You're going to slide this over the poles, and you are going to want to get this to set up fairly straight. What is this good for? You will notice that he put a lip all the way around this. Guys, if you're ice fishing, you don't want to lose your phone. I know a couple of guys that have lost multiple phones. All right, put your phone on the table. I'll work with them about calling it a shelf. Coffee, action camera. You just took a bait off your line and you want to get back there right away because you're marking fish on your Vexilar. Stick it right on there. All right. Really good for the phones. Beverages, coffee, pop, Gatorade, whatever sports drink you might be drinking. All right, 3D Outdoorsman. He's only available on Facebook, so go check that out, the 3D Outdoorsman. Makes a couple of really cool products, 2 sizes of light stands. You can actually mount this to your boat in your track system. Works in 99% of the tracks that are out there. And there's a waterproof light that you can mount to the top of that. And there's a short and a tall version. You can swivel the head so you can face out toward your planer boards if you're fishing at night. Turn it on and off. Check your boards every once in a while. Great for night fishing. He makes another product for the track system already on your boat. And these are cup holders. And if you've seen the cup holders from the companies that are making their products out of aluminum, you know how expensive they are. They can go up to like 60 bucks. The 3D Outdoorsman has them for a fraction of that price. You can go to Facebook, message Tyler. He's got one for your standard coffee cup size. He's got one that will fit the larger bottles for your sport drinks. Even the small size is designed so it can slip easily if you've got a koozie on it. If you got like a regular can of Coke or something. All right, last product that I picked up from the Ultimate Fishing Show is the Sucker Saver. Those are my dirty dishes falling. Anyway, the Sucker Saver is made right here in my hometown. And my best friend, Randy, makes these. You've all seen live bait rigs, tip-ups, even spearing. But the only difference between this product and the one that you've seen or you're used to seeing is you don't put the hook into the flesh of the bait. Okay, originally these were designed for decoys when it comes to spearing pike. All right, you can use it on a tip-up. If you're in open water, you can drift it over a weed bed. You could throw it underneath a bobber and fish like that for pike. Bass, we caught a lot of bass on tip-ups using this thing. It's basically a leash. I'm thinking open water, and I said leech. But look at the back of the packaging. Right. It slips over the minnow, the golden shiner, the sucker that you're using for either a decoy or your tip-up. We're coming out with the saltwater version, which is pretty exciting. But we had these things on minnows in our display tank at Novi, and we had them on between 10 and 8 o'clock. Full 10 hours of the show. Did not die. 10 hours. The only way your bait's going to die on this is if you don't take care of your minnows on the way out, or some big pike is going to hit that sucker. So even if you're using it as a decoy, it comes with a hook. There's a couple different sizes. Right now we got them in 6 and 8s. I think there's going to be a smaller one. We're working on a walleye version. He's working on a saltwater version. A lot of guys have been asking about saltwater applications. So we got that going for it. Jug fishing down south. We used to be able to jug fish up here in Michigan, and if you're not familiar, that's where you put them 6-8 feet of water, throw your bait out there, and have that line attached to a gallon jug, dishwasher, any kind of jug, laundry detergent jug. But can't use them in Michigan. The Sucker Saver. You can find them, the Ida Spear Company. That's Randy's company name. Find it on Facebook. You can find the website from there. They have all the Sucker Savers. And they're trying to keep these things in stock. But we got another decoy out there. It's called the Frog. Check out the videos. I mean, these pike are attacking this frog decoy. It's only 25 bucks. They've got another decoy in the works. I think it's going to be released February 1st. So stay tuned. It's really awesome. And it's different than anything else that's been out there. So, Novi, great show. A lot of people came through. I picked up a few things. I didn't really shop a lot. So, I got my spoons. I got my tables from the 3D Outdoorsman. Tippet lures. Love my floating Rapalas. The paint jobs on these are incredible. They take a lot of care when they put their finishing coat on. Lure lipstick. I mean, seriously, look at that green tail. Scent works great in dirty water. So, 3D, spoons from Silver Streak, the Sucker Saver, Lure Lipstick, Tippet Lures. You can find them on Facebook too. Till next time, do the whole like, share thingy, whatever works. See ya.